I've just been talking to somebody who on X about stories. She's Christian and wants to believe that Jesus is God, and I said why. I asked her why, and she said because it's true. Because she thinks Jesus was resurrected. Now, I can't think of a more ridiculous reason to choose a religion than to choose it on the basis of saying, I like the story, so I choose this religion. I think it should be about what are the rules that you can see yourself and your society living under. Surely that is the only criteria. And once you work out that the rules are fair enough, then you have to consider the intellectual and moral authority of the system. So the intellectual authority would be, does it make sense? Is it logical? And the further consideration is who backs it. So if you are an adherent of one of the Abrahamic religions, you would have to think that the most powerful being conceivable supports this moral system. But there are 3 Abrahamic religions, or perhaps 4 if you want to count the Baha'is. So which one should we choose? Well, if we're Gentile, we should stick with our Gentile religions and choose between the 3 available. So let's consider the least high status one, which is the Baha'i faith. We know they have headquarters in Israel. We know they are despised by the Iranians. And we know that they don't have much power. So, unfortunately, if we want good things for our group and our country, we should avoid it. And so we're left with 2. And you know what I'm going to say. So it's so logical that it's like simple arithmetic to me, but people refuse to see it because I suppose they don't want to see it because there are deep and dark reasons for them choosing to believe in absurdities. Why do they choose to believe in absurdities? It must be because they just want to reject Islam because they're Islamophobes. So that's a reason. What is there of what way is there of correcting this kind of idiotic choice? When it's already based on irrational reasons, that it's the ostentatious display of hatred and fear towards Muslims and Islam, because I think it has become more of their identity than Christianity itself, because if they were being rational, they would have noticed that Christianity is a declining religion which has already been replaced by liberalism. But back to the question of narratives. So this woman I'm talking to just prefers Christianity because she says she believes it, and the utility for this religion is because the belief appeals to her. But is that the only reason? I think a lot of these positions are taken because people want to be with the people who hold a particular belief. Which is it a rational view? I suppose most people think that once they choose a group, they have to support the group's belief system, lock, stock and barrel, hook, line and sinker. I should really share this stream. So, I'm saying I choose a religion on the basis of its rules, and so should everyone. Because it would be rational to do so. It is rational to believe. It is rational to adopt a religion whose rules that you can bear to obey. And that, I think, is basically the whole idea. But I think a lot of people have other priorities, such as to affirm their ancestral identity or to show hatred for a particular group, usually Muslims. So how are we to reconcile that? I'm saying that religion is rule-based for people who understand politics. They would choose a religion for their own people in order to manage their behaviour through imposing beliefs and rules. Hello, Rune. Thank you for coming. I wasn't even sure if the stream was live. But I guess I'm trying to say that I may myself be guilty of wishful thinking, like this woman I've accused of wanting to believe that Jesus was resurrected. I mean, I asked her, how would you know? You just choose to believe that Jesus was resurrected, and it's a ridiculous reason for choosing your religion, because you should be choosing your religion on the basis of what rules you think are fair enough. But then she's a woman, I suppose, and childish people just choose a belief that they want to become true and spend their entire lives living as if that it could become true if they followed the rules enough. So I guess in a way it's symbiotic. It doesn't matter whether you believe in, it doesn't matter whether the belief system is more important or the rule system is more important. Both reinforce each other. You would only obey the rules if you wanted to get to heaven and avoid hell. And this suggests that there's a particular narrative you want to believe in, which is that good will be rewarded and evil punished in this life or the next. Is my belief system necessarily more grown up than hers? I think it is, because I'm saying if we did believe in the Abrahamic God, then we would obey his laws from generation to generation, and therefore we would have a fairer and high trust society. So I've been talking to Vincent, who says he doesn't see the point of forbidding idolatry and blasphemy, and I'm saying, well, you do need to forbid it in order that the other rules do not get flouted, disobeyed. And this requires, belief and respect for this belief by refraining from worshipping other gods and refraining from blasphemy. So I guess really, but just as important to each other, you choose to believe that good will be rewarded and evil punished in this life or the next. And in order to make this dream come true, you have to ensure that most people in your society accept this belief and behave accordingly. And even if they break the laws, there will be enough people to notice and enforce the law and punish wrongdoers. And really, that's the only way to go forward. Otherwise, we will be forever fighting culture wars and forever firefighting. I mean, look at the West. You can't even get a straight answer from anyone. If you were to ask any Westerner, what is your official moral system? They wouldn't be able to tell you. And so you can't even talk to them. You can't get any sense out of them, because you're basically going to get nonsense from them, because they don't even know the answer. They don't know who is in charge, and they don't know what the rules are, because they keep changing. And that's why we need a stable rule system whose rules are known globally and which will be accepted nationally for people to know their rights. And that's what it's all about, for people to know their rights. So, what is wrong with... What is... is there anything irrational about... Okay, there's nothing immoral about believing that good will be rewarded and evil punished in this life or the next. And there's nothing irrational in thinking that if most people could be made to understand that it pays to believe or say you believe in this life, then more compliance would be exhibited by members of society. Even if they didn't believe, they would want to obey because they wouldn't want to be punished. And therefore, my position that it would be better if most people believed in the Abrahamic God, or at least were made to entertain the possibility that he might exist. If this were done, then we actually would be heading towards correction and a high trust society. And so, what we must do is articulate arguments in favour of proposing a one-party theocracy. I would call it theocratic nationalism, and possibly even global theocracy. Does this sound frightening? I expect so, but I'm happy to deal with any queries and problems if you have any. The sound is really low. Okay, let's see if I can raise it. Is it better? I don't know what else to do if you're not getting a louder. Okay, is it any better? Okay, I think I've said all I want to say on the subject. I'll just sum up with saying choosing a religion, I guess, is about choosing a story you want to believe and behaving and making that story come true by obeying the rules of this moral system that you choose to believe in, entertaining or believing in the existence of the being that supports this moral system. I'm sorry if the sound isn't quite good enough, thank you, but thank you for coming by, and maybe I can fix the sound next time.